But yeah, we'll go ahead and start. So we're ready. Welcome to the Calexico City Council, Calexico Redevelopment Succession Agency, Calexico Financial Authority. Open session is 6:55 p.m. July 17, 2024. Call to order and roll call.
Mayor Camilo Garcia,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Javier Moreno,
Present.
Councilmember Gloria Romo, Councilmember Victor Legaspi,
Here.
Councilmember Lisa Thailenda.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. And we just can get up and get ready for the pledge.
Ready? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now I'm going to have a guest. Supervisor Escobar, you can lead us into the mission statement.
Thank you, Mayor. Ready, begin. Mission statement of the City of Calexico.
Together.
Together we pledge to provide effective and efficient services in a courteous and respectful manner to improve the quality of life for all and our unique work community. Viva Calexico.
Now, if we can have Pastor Sasueta lead us into the, Cesena, I'm sorry.
Hello.
My apologies.
Pastor Eduardo Cesena, Iglesia Generación Victoriosa at 40 West 5th in Calexico. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, an important meeting is about to start, and we ask for your guidance. May we act with respect and wisdom as we have put our trust in you. May we all make a valuable contribution in the time we share. Enlight with your presence all who are going to participate in the meeting. May we know how to listen to each other, understand each other, collaborate for greater enrichment so that we may achieve what Calexico needs and what you want for us. Send us your Holy Spirit so that your love may guide our steps. We put our abilities at your service. Come, Holy Spirit, give us wisdom, understanding, counsel, knowledge, and strength. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Pastor Cesena. My apologies. And before we start, if we could just can remain standing, I would like to acknowledge some of recent happenings here in our city, and ask for a moment of silence. I know there was a recent incident, not to bring back those that incident, but just to recognize and pray for peace, for and to any violence. And I know also recently we had some political violence, and violence shouldn't have a place in our lives, and shouldn't be the way that we deal with issues. But I pray, and I also ask for understanding, tolerance, and most of all, unity. So with that, again, we'll go into a moment of silence. Thank you. Let me sit down. Closed session announcements. Mr. Attorney.
Thank you, Mayor. City Council been in closed session. We did not finalize discussing all the items, and thus we'll continue we convene in closed session at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Approval of the agenda?
So move.
I believe we're going to be pulling
Yeah, I think staff recommendation is to table item number 13 and bring it back at a future meeting.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Which one?
item number 7.
Number 7, right?
Item number
No, actually
13.
13.
Yeah, and that's the adoption of resolution of the city determining levying a special tax in CFD
Oh, I
number
see.
2005-1, which is Hearthstone.
All right, so I'll move to approve, accept to table item number 13.
Do you have a second?
I second it.
Roll call?
Mayor Camilo Garcia,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Javier Moreno,
Yes.
Councilmember Gloria Romo, Councilmember Victor Legaspi.
Yes.
Councilmember Lisa Thailenda.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Now we move to presentations from the Imperial Valley 9/11 Memorial Event and Star Climb. And Mr. Quinones is here to present on that item. Thank you, Mr. Quinones.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and board members and members of the community. I'd like to thank this opportunity for allowing me to come here and speak to you today. My name is Edgar Quinones, and I'm a member of the Imperial Valley Memorial Stair Climb. Our committee is comprised of members that represent the firefighter community, law enforcement community, and public-private organizations who are dedicated to ensuring that the Imperial Valley never forgets the events of September 11th, 2001. We do this by hosting a memorial stair climb that honors, respects, and pays tribute to the 343 firefighters, the 60 law enforcement personnel, and the 10 emergency medical personnel who made the ultimate sacrifice as a result of the terrorist attacks on that Tuesday morning in 2001. This year marks our 23rd anniversary of September 11th, and for the Imperial Valley, we are hosting our 11th annual 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb. And that event is taking place at the grandstands at the Imperial Valley Fairgrounds on Saturday, September the 7th, 2024. The memorial ceremony will begin at 7:45 p.m., followed by our stair climb at 8 p.m. Our memorial stair climb is a way for the community to come together, remember the heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice on September 11, 2001, and each participant climbs or walks the equivalent of 110 stories of the world that is symbolic to the World Trade Center, carrying the name and the photo of a fallen hero, symbolically who passed away on that day. So I brought a video here that shows a little bit of what our event looks like. So with that, I'd like to mention that early registration for participants is now open for $25 through September the 6th. And on-site registration will be $35 for those individuals who register on the day of the event at 6 p.m. Participants that register before August 23rd will receive their t-shirt at the day of the event, and registration can be completed on our iv911.org website. In addition to the stair climb participants, we're also seeking sponsors and vendors to join us in making our event as successful as possible. Sponsorships opportunity are in 4 different levels, ranging from 343, 413, 9/11, and 2001, with each level receiving different degrees of recognition. An advertisement, an event memorabilia, and sponsorship dinner invitations. Members can register for our event at no charge, but will agree to donate 10% of their earnings during the event to the IV911 Memorial Stair Climb. The event proceeds that are raised for this event will go to the Imperial Valley 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb 501c that will provide charitable assistance to local firefighters and families, to promote scholarship opportunities for members of the community, and will assist in development of the Imperial Valley 9/11 Memorial that will be there at the IV Expo. In closing, I want to thank you again for the opportunity to come here and speak to you today. And we appreciate your help, and I hope that you can all make it out to the event. Also like to add that if you do not register for the event and you don't want to climb steps, you don't have to climb the steps. You can just go to the event, bring your family, enjoy the live music, enjoy the vendors, enjoy the fireworks, and just take part be a part of the community and enjoy the festivities. So thank you. And I'll open it up for questions.
Any questions from the council members?
If I may, real quick, if I'm interested on the level 4, I get eight dinner invites. Do the dinners be before or after?
So we have the dinner the night before the
Okay.
event. So yes,
Okay, thank you. That's all.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Well, as long as it's a slow walk, I'll go ahead and sign up.
Appreciate it. We hope to see you there.
So now it's a challenge, Councilman Legaspi, you and I are going to sign up, and I hope that the rest of the council members also can join us, and that the city manager, I'm not putting people on the spot, but probably you already signed up, right?
Well,
I'll be there.
I challenge the remaining
Thank you.
council members and the attorney
Yes.
Oh, let's
about
make
the-
and
it.
the city manager.
Yeah.
How about let's challenge each other to raise some money for it?
Well, and walk too.
Okay.
Okay.
You could create teams and you can all sign up
And
on
also
the
Supervisor
teams.
Escobar, Mr. Espino, and everybody else here in the public, let's show up. I know.
Yes, so Councilmember Escobar has already sponsored our event, so they're doing the 2001, so he's challenging.
Well, I said walk. But anyway, so I know I was there last year, and I did walk. So this is not just an event that goes to a good cause, but it's also an event where the community comes together. And I think it's important that we are there, to support, and we're there to remember also the sacrifice of all these individuals, and it's for a good cause also. So, but thank you, Mr. Quinones. We'll be there, and I
Appreciate
know
that.
the council members are already committed. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
And
Appreciate
good
it.
evening. Thank you.
So now we move to public comments and public appearances. Do we have any public comments?
Yes, Ben Horton.
Ben Horton, Calexico. First off, I want to thank especially Mr. Moreno for asking me to become part of the Economic and Financial Advisory, and also Mr. Legaspi for appointing me to that committee. One of the things that I had a lot of things I wanted to say, but I think that would be too soon. Tomorrow we have our first meeting from a long, let's say, sleepy period. And I want to say to all of you and the citizens and the residents, I should say, of Calexico, at least on my part, on this committee, I want our performance to speak for us. I'm not going to get up here and say a bunch of words saying that we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I want the performance to speak for it. And I want to be able to say that within 1 month, I want to be able to come up here and say what we have done within a month on our performance. We're doing something for the residents of Calexico. I was born in this city. This is my city. I love the people that are here. I feel that we are part as a family. And that's the way I want to treat the residents of Calexico, to give them good service. And I want to say one thing. No plan is a plan for failure. I don't like to fail. I do not like to fail. I want to show you our performance within this committee on my part, but I'm sure we're going to have outstanding people that are going to serve on it. Again, thank the whole city council, everybody that's part of it, and I thank especially the residents. I work for you. I am nothing without you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Horton.
Next speaker is Jesus Escobar.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, Chief, Carlitos, Ronnie. It's good to be here. We haven't seen each other except for a couple of you. We haven't seen each other for a while. I did write some notes because there's multiple things I do want to say. So bear with me for about 5 more seconds, and I'll be 100%. First of all, the last time I was here, Lisa, Victor, you weren't sitting in the seats you are. So good luck. It's not easy, but I'm very, very pleased and honored to have you serve our city, to serve my city. I wish you all the best, and I'm here to support you as an individual, as an elected member of the County of Imperial as well. So good luck, and I'm here for both of you.
Thank you.
Having said that, we have had some prior conversation. I think it's important that we discuss this within these chambers. For example, and I wrote them down. We talked about West Anza Bridge a few days ago. I think it's important that we work hand in hand in fixing West Anza Bridge. West Anza Bridge is not a county owned, so there's only so much we can do. But at the same time, we're willing to support the efforts in reopening that bridge for obvious reasons. It's a major artery of coming in and out of Calexico, other than obviously the arteries that we already know. And there are also businesses and residences in that general area that really need that road to open. So with the expertise of this council and obviously the chief's support, we're looking forward to working hand in hand and trying to get that done. The other thing that came up my desk, and it's important that we discuss, is a traffic study or a traffic assessment of vehicular traffic or truck traffic going through Cole Road. That was an initial or a temporary plan that was discussed back in 2007, which if you do the math, that's 17 years ago, and it was interim 17 years ago. As Cole Road has become much more residential versus commercial in nature, we really need to look at a more permanent truck road for vehicular traffic going to and from the Calexico East Port of Entry. And obviously the next viable road north is Jasper Road, and that is the viable option, but obviously we need to work on it because again, we can't really close down Cole because you have industrial traffic both on east of 111 as well as west of 111. So it makes it somewhat of a challenge, but we need to work on it now so that we can obviously build on that and build on Jasper moving forward. Again, Jasper is, and that's going to obviously come into my next comment, Jasper is a shared road that based on previous discussions, it was going to be revamped by the county and then donated to the city of Calexico. I think it's important that we retake those talks, that we finish up that development, and that we also make that development, make sure that it is ready for truck traffic. There's a huge difference in weight, and I'm not an engineer, but we know this for a fact. The road conditions and the necessity, and you know this, are much more stringent in nature because it's a heavier traffic based on how much does a car weigh and how much does a truck weigh, especially a fully laden truck, a full at capacity truck. So again, the dynamics might change a little bit, but projects are coming into the city of Calexico and or the county of Imperial. So we need to look at this now as opposed to later. The other comment I have related to infrastructure, I think it's important that everybody know where we stand from a road improvement project. Cole Road isn't looking too good. Bauker Road isn't looking too good. We have multiple roads. Every time we have a significant rainstorm, we have issues. I think it's important that we address them. I would love to have John Gay come over and make a presentation as to what the 3-year, because he works on a 3-year plan that is revised yearly on what roads around the access points of the city will be revamped and in what years or in what time frames and how long those will take. In a previous council meeting before you guys were seated, Lisa and Victor, we talked about a piece of equipment that is able to pave roads year-round versus only in the hot months which is the current type of equipment that is utilized. So now we can pave roads on a year-round basis, which is going to assist us. Obviously, we don't need one, we need multiple based on the status of bridges and specifically roads, not bridges, I apologize, in our county. But I think this is going to be a step in the right direction and advance this 3-year plan in a much more effective manner. I believe that's it. I'm sure I'm getting close to the end of my 3 minutes if it isn't over yet. But again, full support to both of you, full support to the city of Calexico, to our chief. One last thing, and I'm very proud of this. I'm very proud to announce it, even though it may not be news anymore because it happened last Tuesday. Our homegrown talent, Miguel Figueroa, was extended a 5-year contract to stay with the County of Imperial as our CEO. He is born and bred in Calexico. He started his career as a New River commissioner, or actually New River executive director. Went on to the county as director of workforce development. Came back to the city of Calexico as assistant city manager, eventually city manager, and then was hired as CEO for the County of Imperial. And now we extended his contract for a period of 5 years. So again, when people talk about Calexico and only in Calexico, he's a perfect example of why that should be a positive and not a negative for all of us. So again, I'm very proud of that, and I wanted to announce it in this session because this is about Calexico. Thank you. If you have any questions, happy to answer them.
No, just to thank you and hopefully to keep on having you as often as possible to bring out those updates. I know infrastructure, it's always something that comes up, with roads and bridges, and I'm glad that, we're having those conversations. And I was going to announce some of that, but thank you for coming and alluding to the meeting that we had early this week. Thank you also for extending that collaboration and welcoming our, acting city manager and making some of the county resources available to us. So that is always welcome. And I know that they have always been available, but just reinforcing, I think it, means a great deal. It is a great deal, but thank you for stopping by and keeping us informed.
Thank you. Gloria, buenos días, porque sé que estás muy lejos.
I just wanted to say thank you for that extended invitation and that open door that you have for us to continue to work hand in hand. And thank you, Mrs., for all of that.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you.
Next speaker is Joseph Guillen.
Good afternoon, Joseph Guillen, 404 East 2nd Street. Mayor Camilo, Council. Today, officially, I'm as one of your commissioners, right, Lisa? She appointed me. One of the things that I wanted to tackle was the problem that we've been hearing a lot of is the reitero problem. And it really hits home now because of the past week. We had a girl across the border who took a Didi, right, which is like an Uber-style app, and was murdered. And that kind of stuff, if we don't have any kind of control on these people who are transporting people, we can get in a lot of problems, and a lot of people can be in danger, right? So I'm going to be getting a full report of everything that's going on, some video, possible car video, when he's there he tells me that that I've been hearing it's late at night and at certain hours. So I'm going to get a full report in the commission's meeting when we have one in August. Well, I think it's August 22nd. But we'll be having then, and then I'll have a full report of everything that's going on, and then see what kind of ideas we can get to, because that kind of stuff is scary. It's scary that you're thinking that it's a app rideshare, that's from a legit person, and it's someone that doesn't even have a business license, and it's just kind of scary to me. And then also, just another thing, past Saturday's events, it really puts Calexico in perspective. That we're leading the fight to unite, right? We're already ahead in that healing process, right? The nation is at a certain point, but Calexico has already been trying to heal, right? We have this open door policy. We can agree to disagree, and it works out because everyone has their own opinion. And everyone's respectful to each other. And I really appreciate that. That's something that I would never have thought that we can have this one day. But it's great that we can have this, two people over here working on this idea, this project over here. And it's a joint effort. And I really appreciate it. And anything you guys need, I'm open door. You guys can call me anytime. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Guillen.
Next speaker is June Kim.
I only have 3 minutes. I'm gonna cut to myself, congratulating everybody. So nice to see you here again, and be still alive. And I wanna show you some kind of like little showing physically. This one budget for the 2023-24. This budget 24-25. So we have super compacted our budget. And that's what council passed the last meeting. And also, I received the mail say they're gonna have a hearing to raise the water rate. And according to the council member Moreno was saying, last time was complaining, we postponed it, why they keep coming? And who's controlling the city? Our council or new city manager or financial departments? You guys postponed it, how come all the process going step by step without any proper decision from the council? So who's the boss? I believe the 5 council members, they are the one taking the power from the public to do city business. And you guys postponed it, and somebody doing it. Is there somebody who making a good profit? That's why it's keep running? Not only that, City of Calexico, even this 3-page budget, they say City of Calexico making over $5 million every year. Water and the sewer. And you want to squeeze out of the pocket more? Where is it? Are you guys understanding business or budget or not? When I first elected administration, they told me, oh, forget all of them, just front pages. You guys are going that way? Even the front page saying is we're making over $5 million, water and sewer, and we have a $15 million, $60 million our budget. We have a $16 million in capital funds. Anything we need to fix it, we can use that. And plus, every year we're making $5 million. We should lower our rate instead of increasing. And I didn't have time. I saw some of the budget for 2 years ago. There was postponing about $40 million to the capital improvement project. But I don't see anything besides complaining chlorine leaking. So I believe I don't want to call this council inflation council. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Thank you. So now we'll move to city manager's report.
Good evening, council, members of the committee. Another eventful week here in the city of Calexico. Unfortunately, we had a fire in the downtown district, as we all know, on Sunday, where 3 firefighters were treated for heat exhaustion, 2 transported, but they are doing better. All 3 of them are doing a lot better. I have reached out to Public Works this morning to have that area of downtown fenced off, as well as the area at Chamber of Commerce, to prevent any other future, fires or nuisance, help us with liability. For item number 13 that was tabled, we do have a scheduled town hall meeting for Monday, July 22nd at 5:30 for the Hearthstone community. It was something that was directed by council last previous meeting, so we're able to finally put that together and let that community come in and answer any questions with legal and the team that's going to be here that day. I haven't extended the invite to Mr. Escobar, but he's invited to be here as well. As fire station number 2, I know this town hall has been, or community has been waiting for this town hall for several months now. I did send out the request to the Calexico School District for August 12th. That's Monday, August 12th at Willie Moreno. I'm just waiting for approval confirmation back, but that email fax was sent over yesterday. I want to thank the finance department for expediting a purchase process for the new fire engine through ARPA funds. I thank council and the community for pushing that forward. The expediting this process is not only going to help the department, but the city as well. It's a prepayment plan of 100% that's going to push our process of getting this fire engine 12 months. Because if we were just do a normal payment, it would be up to 2 years to 3 years before you get the fire engine. But now that the PO was sent this late this afternoon, we're going to get that process going and put us in the head of the line and hopefully get the new engine within next year or, close to. So I want to thank finance and the city for pushing that forward and staff. Human resources have been busy doing with promotions. We had 3 new sergeants that I didn't mention last go around, but congratulations to all of them. There's captain testing for the fire department coming up in 2 weeks. They did have engineer testing for the fire department yesterday. So things are rolling along and their department is pretty busy. We're still working on weed abatement and vehicle abatement with fire prevention services. Mr. Escobar and Mr. Figueroa were great in opening their doors on Monday and just opening up their resources, which we did reach out to Ms. Belen from the Air Pollution Control District, and which Ms. Falomir has been talking to regarding buildings, Cesar Chavez building, abatement process, and obviously some monies in the near future for projects throughout the city. So I want to thank Mr. Escobar for opening his doors and giving us those resources. The 24 LED lights for Daniel Gutierrez Field have been already requested and submitted. We're just waiting for them to show up. Finance has been helping with allocating funds, not only for lighting, but irrigation and etc. So those purchase orders have been going out already. So they should be having lights pretty soon. Ms. Falomir also reached out to air pollution for potential monies in the near future for additional projects around Cordova Park, additional parking and so on and so forth. All Valley Fencing was again contacted today regarding downtown and Chambers. Cesar Chavez project, hopefully we'll have a award by the 21st or September 4th meeting so we can get rid of that building. Another just quick idea that I've been thinking to watch, I send out every week to department heads and council is a weekly summary of events from every department, everything that's going on in the city. I know I have one director reach out and to assist to try to create a manager's weekly report that we can post online so the community can see what actually is taking place and what's getting done. And it'll start off slow and then eventually we can build on it and whatnot, but give you an idea of what actually your officials and admin is currently doing and your department heads in the community. So that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Contreras. Now we'll move to commissioners' report. Do we have any commissioners? Starting with Mrs. Spina.
Good evening, council members and community members. My name is Guadalupe Espino. As a representative of the Library Board of Trustees, it is my privilege to present a summary of the Camarena Memorial Library activities. Our primary mission has been to represent the needs of our community and provide the City Council with pertinent information regarding our library. Over the past year, we focused on supporting our library manager, Lizeth Legaspi, on various library activities and plans. The library is busy with their summer reading program. They started on June 10th with lunch at the library and craft activity and will end the summer program on August 8th. They have activities for all family members, babies, toddlers, school-age children, teens, and adults. Families can still register to participate up until July 29th, which is next week. They see families from all over the county participating in their daily activities. Staff have received very positive comments from the public, from the food they are providing to the day-to-day fun activities they put together for the community. The lunch at the library daily craft activity will end on August 30th. Once children go back to school, they will only provide a snack and a craft activity. The library is full of events for all ages. Their calendar is always full of activities and services. from family nights, presentations, outdoor expos, arts and crafts, STEM lab, art nights, game palooza, baby time, toddler time, teen club, chess club, book club, libraries on the spectrum, cooking with Ceci, which I'm a big fan of it. I'm a participant of Cooking with Ceci, and Cooking with Ceci Kids Edition, which has also been a success. Anyone can take advantage of these activities and services by simply getting a library card. So I encourage you to get a library card if you don't have one. During the month of May, I was able to witness the unveiling of a comics collection. About 400 comics were donated by Mr. Luis Torres to the Camarena Memorial Library in memory of his sister, Yolanda Torres. This was a great addition to our library. We were very honored to have received this collection. I am pleased to report that our library has seen significant growth in community engagement. We have successfully hosted numerous events that cater to diverse age groups, including children's reading programs, adult literacy workshops, and senior citizen tech help sessions. These programs have not only enriched the lives of our participants, but also strengthened the bond within our community. Looking ahead, the library board remains committed to working closely with the library manager and the city council to continue improving our services. We plan to introduce new initiatives aimed at expanding our cultural and educational programming, increasing community involvement, and further integrating technology into our library services. We believe that by staying attuned to the needs of our community and adapting to changing circumstances, we can ensure that the Camarena Memorial Library remains a vital and cherished resource for our residents of Calexico. The Library Board of Trustees meets quarterly during February, April, July, and November. Our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, July 29 at 5 p.m. It's open to the public and everyone is welcome to attend. A big shout out to Lisette Legaspi and her entire staff. They tirelessly serve our community and do a great job to keeping us all informed about library activities through social media. Their dedication is much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. And by the way, they also have a really good book club. If you want to join the book club too, Victor is a member of that, or Councilman Legaspi is a member of the book club. So anyway, I just wanted to put it out there.
I'm being forced to read.
Thank you. Any other commissioners? Okay. Seems that no one. Okay, so now we'll move to city council comments and reports of meetings attended. I'll start to my right with Councilwoman Thailand.
Good evening, council and members of the public. I've had continuous meetings with members of the community discussing a variety of concerns and ideas. I also, I'm going to take this time to remind everyone to please visit our library. There's great activities as well as a community center, and they still have classes available to register for your children. As well as, adult members. They have Zumba classes, dancing for all ages, so it's very exciting. I got to see that and participate in some of the classes within the last 2 weeks. Also, I'd like to take this time to ask, we have future agenda items later, but if we could try not to go dark in August, we have a lot of things to get done, so hopefully we don't go dark in August. But with that said, that's all I have to report. Thank you.
No, I don't have anything.
Councilman Legaspi.
Well, the mayor and I had attended a meeting with some stakeholders regarding the Chamber of Commerce. As you all can tell, we came out on the newspaper, so that's progress in the works. And an MOU will be worked upon by the city manager. This morning at 8:30, I attended the planning. I attended a commissioners meeting swearing in. It was excited to see a packed house of commissioners. So, and I'm very proud and excited that we'll be working with outstanding commissioners. So I'm glad that these people were appointed. We've been also working with some community members regarding to the cleaning up of the 3rd Street, the La Fiesta restaurant area, the abandoned place there. So that's going to be coming up in the near future. We're just working on some logistics, and so be patient. It's going to happen. It's going to happen very, very soon. Thank you.
Do you want to ask, Councilwoman Romo, if she has any comments?
Member Ron, do you have something to report? Sí.
Only thank you so much for the presentation for 9/11. Decir que Dios bendiga a los Estados Unidos. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I want to start by thanking the staff, for everything that they have been doing, and not just now, but all the time. I know we just had that incident on Sunday, the fire that the chief mentioned, but I personally want to acknowledge, all the mutual aid that we received. I know Imperial County, El Centro, Brawley, Hopeville, uh, uh, Naval Federal Fire, CDCR Centinela, CDCR Calipetra, City of Yuma, Calexico PD, Calexico Public Works, AMR Ambulance, Red Cross, IID, the gas company, and I might be forgetting some other members, but it was just a great collaboration and in the midst of a emergency. But that's when you actually saw people also coming together, helping out, and that's just a great show of support. And I also want to acknowledge, the city manager also, even though he wasn't really decked out as a firefighter, but he was in the middle of the action, unplugging, the sewers, and that was a really great sight to see, that he was really in the middle of the action and helping out, just like many other staff members. The next day, I actually stopped by, early in the morning at the building, and there were, staff from Public Works, securing the building, making sure that they were taking care of that. So that really brings a lot of just positive things and positive vibes. So, and what I ask also is that as a community, let's acknowledge them. Let's make sure that we thank them, that we, say thank you for everything that they do. Sometimes, their efforts and work goes unrecognized, but they're the ones that make this work. They're the ones that make sure that the water, in the morning when you turn it on, it's there. They make sure that, everything that, we expect to be there, whether it's the library, the recreation department, public works, you name it. And I don't, PD, that they have responded to so many, emergencies, fire, they're there. So please, take the time to thank them. And I know you do, but we can't thank him enough. So please do that. Then also, moving to another report. During the week, we also had a chance to meet with the county. Thank you, Supervisor, for putting that together, Supervisor Escobar, in welcoming the city manager, the new city manager, acting city manager, introducing some of the staff to him, and making available some of the resources from the county. It's always great to be welcome and to be uh, just offer the help that always is available. Then also yesterday I had a meeting with the chairman of the board of supervisors and other departments, and other mayors from cities throughout the county, in trying to address the issue with homelessness. I know that for some of us that maybe are closer to the county, or perhaps are part of the county as an employee, you are familiar with some of the services, but other people are not. Whether it's providing help to the homeless, or coming up with strategies to address that issue, that situation. So there's a plan that is being worked on, not just as a city of Calexico, but countywide, and that is very encouraging that those conversations are starting to happen. And I know you're say what conversations, but that's how you start, with the willingness and the availability of wanting to help, making the resources available. So I can tell you that those conversations are taking place. That some next steps are already being discussed. So little by little, we are taking action. Then also yesterday, I had a chance to meet with some community members along with city manager also, and they were very encouraged also for the availability of staff, to go and talk to them, and listen to them, listen to their concerns, and not just listen, but take notes. And some of the concerns that they had, they're already being addressed. And the city manager in his report, answer a lot of those questions. And that was pretty much the um, response that we got. The questions that they had, they were answered. That maybe even doubts that they had, they were being answered also. So we'll continue to have these conversations. We'll continue to engage with the community. Again, this is your city. This is your city council and your city hall and your public servants. So please know that we work for you, but also please know that respect and recognition once in a while goes a long way. Something that I forgot, and I'm looking at the lady in the back. I know that we have translation services. It just has become something that this is the third time that we have those services available. So it's kind of like becoming second nature. And I'm glad that also that is happening because this council actually restarted the option of translation services. So when you come in, know that if you, and now translating a while because it now becomes pointless of me, know that there's translation in Spanish. Se me pasó, pero esto ya casi se convierte en algo que está pasando regularmente. Desde hace 3 juntas ya tenemos los servicios de traducción instantánea al español. Allá atrás está la traductora y pueden obtener un dispositivo que pueden usar para escuchar la traducción simultánea. So, esto es parte de lo que ya council ha estado trabajando ya hace unas juntas ya. Entonces, disculpen, pero de nuevo esto ya está como que ya nos estamos acostumbrando y siempre es bueno acostumbrarse a las cosas buenas. So, muchas gracias por eso, pero mil disculpas también. Y disculpen si no les dije al principio, pero si tienen necesidad de ese servicio, están allá, son bienvenidos. Gracias, ese es mi reporte. Now we're going to move on to the consent agenda. If I have a motion for approval of the consent agenda.
So move.
Moved by Mayor Pro Tem Moreno. We'll go to public comments if you have a public comment. Do I have a second?
Second. I second.
Roll call. I'm not going to skip you. I'll
Quick question. Is a public comment on the consent?
Oh, consent?
No, his public comments on item number 11.
That's what I understand.
That's what he said. We'll move on to that.
Yeah. So, roll call?
Mayor Camilo Garcia,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Javier Moreno,
Yes.
Councilmember Gloria Romo. Yes. Councilmember Victor Legaspi.
Yes.
Your item is not on consent, Mr. It's on the action.
Councilmember Lisa Thailenda.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Now we move on to, do we have any items we already pulled one item from the
Table.
action and discussion position action items. So now we move on to action number 11. Item number 11, action item. Adopt a budget amendment resolution for Fund number 255, American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, in the amount of $5,232 for the replacement of an AC unit at the community center. Recreation manager will be presenting on that.
Good evening, Council.
Good evening.
One of the AC units at the community center is no longer working and needs to be replaced. In front of you, last year in fiscal year 23-24, some ARPA funds were allocated to replace AC units in the senior hall. We are asking for the remainder of those funds to be allocated to this new project to get a new AC unit for the community center hall. So the request is for your approval to adopt a budget amendment resolution for that fund in the amount of $5,232. $5,232.
Do you have any comments or questions from the council members?
No, I don't, Mayor. I don't. Thank you.
I motion to approve.
Before that, we have a public comment on that. Mr. Kim?
Sorry about my confusion. Okay, we're gonna need a service. I'm glad we found some variable to use it. And first of all, why we have to change all 5 of them or 10 of them? And $5 million divided with 10 is $500,000 each unit of the AC. It's too much. Too much. Somebody making good money out of it. First of all, cost of each, too bad. It's, we kind of scamming by someone. And second, why we have to change all of them? We are not rich. We're not rich city. We can repair whatever we needed to it, so we can use it. So we can use that money. We still have money needs for the security and the community, and a lot of we have things there. So I like to counsel rethinking. This is for it's not your money, but it's tax money, public money. Half a million dollars each AC unit. Wow. Even half $1,000,000, you might can fix all of them. Please. So you need to get the different type of the RFP. It's too much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kim. Just to clarify, it's $5,232, not $500,000.
For the $5 million budget for the 10 unit.
But we're talking about this unit. Thank you. So we have a first and a second. Roll call.
Mayor Camilo Garcia,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Javier Moreno.
Yes.
Councilmember Gloria Romo,
Yes.
Councilmember Victor Legaspi,
Yes.
Councilmember Lisa Thailenda.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you. Now we move to item number 12. Adopt a resolution ratifying the grant application in the amount of $470,712.20, accepting funding from the Department of California Highway Patrol, and authorizing the acting city manager to execute grant agreements and any documents related to this implementation of the Cannabis Tax Fund Grant program for fiscal year 2024-2025, and that will be presented by Chief Orozco.
Good afternoon, City Council, City Manager, ladies and gentlemen of the public. So I'm excited to come before you with this opportunity for this grant. This is not a new grant for us. We had the grant for 23-24, which what we used that for was to buy a brand new F-150 used specifically for DUI enforcement. We also used that initial grant to send the majority of our department to DUI training, under the influence training. The grant paid for the training, paid for the officer salaries, and also paid for the backfill. What that means is when the officer left that training, we had to bring in an officer on overtime to cover that shift, and that grant covered that overtime. So this training was zero cost to the city. It provided the extra training we need. Since we've implemented this grant, our DUI arrests have gone up by 25%, which I believe makes our city safer. We have less people driving under the influence. Plus, our officers are able to deal and handle those calls and be able to produce a better report to prosecute the people that are driving under the influence. So since we had already applied for this grant, this is going to be the second time we apply for the grant, and we've got that amount of $470,712, which we're looking at. And on my agenda report, I listed the possible usage for that. If we can't use the amount, it's not that they're sending the city the check for it. It's just the reimbursement up to that point. So we are going to send the rest of the officers that are coming in, the new hires, to training, get them more specialized training. We're looking at looking into in the future getting not motor officer or traffic enforcement officer to see if we get it on a limited term basis, and 2 motorcycles that will be paid through this grant. And again, this what we're talking about is DUI enforcement on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturday nights, looking for DUI drivers and making the city safer. That's the ultimate goal.
Any questions coming from the council? Any public comment? So do I have a motion for approval? Or any motion?
I motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
Okay. Roll call.
Mayor Camilo Garcia,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Javier Moreno.
Yes.
Councilmember Gloria Romo,
Yes.
Councilmember Victor Legaspi,
Yes.
Councilmember Lisa Thailenda.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, City Council.
Now we move on to item number 14. Approval to travel to Ensenada, Baja California, Mexico by Mayor Pro Tem Moreno for the official signing of the Sisterhood reaffirming agreement between the city of Ensenada from the state of Baja California and the United States, United Mexican States, and the city of Calexico from the state of California of the United States of America. and Mayor Pro Tem Moreno. So,
Thank you, Mayor. Well, yes, so the city manager's office received an invitation from the municipality of Ensenada, from the mayor's office, to formally, I guess, close the sister city agreement we did back in, if you can recall, back in February of 2023, when they came down here and we signed the agreement here before the city council and the people of Calexico. And Mayor, you're the mayor now, so respectfully, I submit that we travel down there for the approval of city council.
so do we have any comments, from the council?
Yeah, I have a question. So it says here the fiscal impact none provided at this time. Will this have a fiscal impact on our budget in any way, shape, or form?
Not at the moment, but it was going to be recommended for whoever were to travel, say an alternate or member of the council to pay out of pocket
Yeah,
for the travel.
It's all out of pocket, no
That's
reimbursement.
recommended, yes.
Okay, so then I would have liked to have seen that recommendation outlined in the fiscal impact. So for future items, please make sure that's clarified.
Any other comments? Council? Public comments? Do you have any public comments? My take on this is that I will move for approval, but only if no city funds or resources are used for this. If anyone decides to go, personally, I can't make it, Mr. Moreno, but you're more than welcome to attend if this council chooses to approve this item. But my motion will be for approval, but no city funds or resources to be used. If anyone was to go or were to go, they will be using their own resources. That would be my motion.
I do have a question. So since this is rather recent, it came out in 2023 was when it was initially signed with prior council. What, if any, that anyone knows of here, benefits this has brought? What is it symbolic to? Do we know? What's the background? What's the purpose?
So traditionally, sisters, cities in the United States have been doing this for a while. They share different backgrounds, cultures. In this case, would be tourism, and so it's traditionally been done by many cities. Like I said, they actually came down here and asked for the agreement so we can share those experiences and cultures. Right? We entertain them here. We signed the agreement. This is just an invite from them for us to go down there, I guess, formally close that agreement. Yeah,
So
that's what it is.
they come over here, and the invitation has been now returned from them for council or for the mayor or whoever decides to go and sign that agreement there. But it was just more for a cultural, educational, ceremonial, sisterhood agreement.
Mhm.
So.
I'm also going to go ahead and approve, as long as there's no financial impact, no coming from the city.
So is that a second?
That's a second, yes.
So any more comments? No? Then we'll go for a roll call.
Mayor Camilo Garcia,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Javier Moreno,
Yes.
Councilmember Gloria Romo,
Yes.
Councilmember Victor Legaspi,
Yes.
Councilmember Lisa Thailenda.
No.
Motion passes.
So, Ms. Moreno, I won't be able to attend.
Sure, that's it.
everybody,
Sure.
Thank you. So now we move on to future agenda items. And I'm going to start to my left now.
I have no future agenda items for now.
I do. So this future agenda item request is an informational item, and it's for the city attorney. If you could, at one of our next meetings, hopefully in August, put together an informational item and options on how to deal with the unhoused population. What can the city do? What's in our current ordinances? What is our current process and protocol for dealing with the unhoused individuals? Also, if you could share information on the current or previously released Supreme Court ruling that states that cities can ban homeless from sleeping outside in the streets, and how you can discuss that, how it affects us, that Supreme Court ruling, and what our options are to move forward with that. Another item that I'd like, and this is for city manager, potentially police chief, and public works manager. Previously in 2017, I believe was the year, ICTC did a study along with Caltrans, so you might want to contact both of those agencies regarding the traffic flow on Imperial Avenue and Cesar Chavez for the West Port of Entry. So if we could bring back an informational item regarding that traffic study that was done and how to move forward with options. I believe that Caltrans wants an updated traffic study, so if you could contact them and see what we can do to work on the congestion in our border town, that would be great. I'd like to see something in the one of our August meetings, please. Thank you.
Yes, if we could have an update on the transportation hub there at the ICTC on maybe 3rd Street, right? Perhaps also an update on, I know the library we've been talking about this, the Carnegie Library. On the tech center, I think there was an air conditioning unit that's going to be placed on those, I think, right? An update on those. Also, I don't know if Legaspi's here, but I was asking forever about where we're going to pave the library. I think that's also an update on that will suffice.
The repaving?
Yeah, repaving at the Community Library.
Ms. Salamita has worked on
Okay.
getting those PD, library, community center. I think those went out this week.
Okay.
So we can start working on those.
Okay. Also, we do have, I think every time we have those line items for the commissioners, I know we kind of hit in here and there and miss here and there, but I think if we have more input from the commissioners moving along as far as, I know we have Parks and Recreation, I know we have the bid, the
Personnel.
what is the other one? The
Personnel.
personnel, and the police commission, maybe more updates on those. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's all. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
I
And then just
do have one more request. The city manager, you commented regarding the memo. I'd like to see that also in the agenda, maybe as a backup or online as a newsletter. It's a really good memo that you put out.
The memo
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
website? Or
Yeah,
for-
so I highly encourage what you say you're going to
Yes.
do. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So, and then also just to go back to the traffic, study update, study. If we can just bring back that, not just for dealing with the traffic itself issue, but I know that ICTC has been waiting for a response from us, of some sort of traffic mitigation. So hopefully they can continue to support in some way, financially, our traffic control expenditures. So if we can just look into that and make sure that we bring it back so we can go back to ICTC and present that also to them. And Councilman Moreno, I will make sure that ICTC comes in and provides a report, not just on the traffic, the transportation hub, but any other activities. I know there's a lot of activity going on also at the port of entry with the winding at the bridge, in other projects that they have going on, and even just work that they're doing around Calexico on the transportation and on the bus shelters that they have been working on. So we'll go ahead and if we can invite, for them to come in and do a presentation. So that would be great.
Okay. Actually, Mr. Aguirre will be here on Monday a little bit earlier, so I can address these with him.
Okay, appreciate that. And let's just make sure that I know we already have a date for the town halls for Hearthstone and also for Fire Station 2. If we can make sure that we get that out to the community somehow, aside from social media, And I know we have a strong group of citizens that I think would love to help us out too. Maybe even walk, and knock on the doors. Hey, we're gonna have the town hall. I think this is something that the community has been waiting, and finally it's gonna happen. So if we could just maybe ourselves even helping promote, because I want to make sure that we have a good turnout for that town hall, and make sure that we answer those questions and concerns that they have. But more than concerns, I think it's just what's going on. So I appreciate that, and that's all I have for now. What was that?
For fire station number 2, August 12th, 5:30 at Willie Moreno.
Yeah. So Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, July 22nd.
Thank you.
Can I also add something? City manager, also, you did mention about the fencing of that burnt property on First Street. Just give us an update, what's going to happen and how we're going to, mitigate that.
Ms. Faloni contacted Advance All Valley Fence earlier this afternoon, and they were going to take measurements on both sites and get back to us.
Good.
Thank you. So with that, I think we'll go back to closed session, or yeah. So we're not adjourning, we're going back to closed session. So we're back from closed session. Mr. Attorney?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. City Councilman, in closed session on the item on the agenda.
Thank you.
No reportable actions.
Okay, thank you. So with that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move to close.
Second?
Second.
So I have a first and a second. Roll call?
Mayor Camilo Garcia.
Yes?
Mayor Pro Tem Javier Moreno.
Yes.
Councilmember Gloria Romo.
Yes.
Councilmember Victor Legaspi.
Yes.
Councilmember Lisa Thailenda.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. And with that, we adjourn at 9:15.